the Silver Screen City.
All right, welcome back to the show. This is Jared.
And I'm Michael.
And I'm Ian.
Hey, happy 4th of July.
Woo! Oh,
Yeah,
beautiful 4th. All right.
Jose Canseco. Yes, this is our 4th of July special where we're going to focus on everything America related.
Everything American related in film. Today our list is pretty much a free-for-all of best movies for Independence Day, whether that's super American and awesome and makes you want to drive a big old monster truck, or a good old time for a barbecue. All of the above, anything goes. We got a pretty awesome list.
Yep. Yeah, we didn't. We weren't sure if we should go just historical movies or just patriotic movies, so we just said, you know what, forget it. If it makes you think about America, then it's on the list.
America.
That's right. We're going to have some honorable mentions at the end, so that's where we shoved most of the typical ones you might think of. That, you know, most of the list that you'll see will have a specific few that are always going to be there, and they're not going to be on our list.
Yes.
So we'll talk about them briefly, though.
Cool. So who wants to get this ball rolling?
I think Michael should.
All right. I will start it out. I'll roll right into it. Probably a painfully obvious pick for my first pick movie is The Patriot. Which
Yes.
starring Mel Gibson. Oh, yeah, that's right. The American Braveheart.
Or
Yes.
the American Gladiator.
Or the American what?
American
Yes.
Gladiator.
Yes, or the American
Which is a great show, by the way.
Yes. American Gladiators. Honorable mention, because it's a game show. I picked the Patriot, because it's actually, I mean, I don't really have much I have to say about it. It's called The Patriot. What's really good about this movie, first of all, it's before Mel Gibson went off the deep end, was still fun and cool. And also because it's so funny on this list, you don't have a lot of movies. There's not a lot of movies that are as big and like blockbuster and recent that are about the 4th of July or the American Revolution. So when this movie came out and it was like Mel Gibson fights the British for America, it was just like, oh no. Yeah. This is Braveheart for us. You know? So, and it was like, oh man, if you haven't seen Braveheart, if you haven't seen Braveheart, The Patriot is exactly like it, but for America. No, what I was going to say is, if you haven't seen The Patriot, see it this 4th of July. Right. It's actually, it definitely has its corny moments, you know, but it definitely has its like awesome action, just great villains that you just want to strangle, and you know, Heath Ledger has a pretty performance, but you know, R.I.P. You know, still good to see, and just like it's definitely has its really intense moments. So yeah, Patriot. It's a real fun flick.
Yeah, it's fun.
It took an Australian actor to be the best American Braveheart.
Oh yeah, something did that recently. I'm trying to think what it was, but they had a movie about like America where it was all British actors with American accents. I was like, what?
That's pretty common now, you know.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, is there not a big enough pool of American actors out there that you can?
Well, definitely not tough American actors. Even like. Yeah, that's a whole other topic, but
yeah.
But what was funny was when looking, you know, doing some research on other people's lists and what other people picked. Strangely enough, a movie that kept popping up was Braveheart for some reason, was like, what?
What?
And, yeah, they picked
Yeah.
Braveheart
Braveheart.
for American movies.
So American.
And also, surprisingly, this was on multiple lists. Star Wars. Like, excuse me? I mean, an
Dude.
American made it, I guess.
It's an American as apple pie, Jared. You know, textbook definition.
It's because all the good guys have American accents. All the bad guys have British accents. That's why.
Yes. Totally.
Anyways, yeah, that was just a little aside. But yeah, The Patriot. I remember seeing that in the theaters. It hit a lot of good notes. I haven't seen it since it came out because I went through a period where I just didn't want to watch it anymore.
Yeah.
So I think it's been a long
Yeah.
time.
Yeah, I mean, he even stabs a guy with the American flag. I mean, that's pretty.
That doesn't get more American than that.
He injected good old glory into him.
Yeah. It was great seeing like gratuitous cannonball violence too, and it's still being very American. You're like, oh yes, it just totally took off his head, and be like, ew, the cannonball was rolling and totally lopped off that guy's leg. Awesome. Better than fireworks.
America.
Because you won't get tired of us saying America on this episode.
That's right.
Not at all.
Nope.
America.
Like that episode of South Park where it's, "What's America? This is America." Stan's dead. All right, go ahead, Ian. You're up next.
All right, cool. So this choice, I'm picking Superman. For several reasons. It's I feel like he's like the consummate American hero. He was, invented during the time when we were, kind of really coming into our own and everything, and even just the color scheme, like, well, not exactly red, white, and blue, but close enough.
Red, white, and yellow.
Yeah, I mean, because we were, really coming into our own as a country, and we were like having superpowers starting to come up. Not like laser vision superpowers, but like nations as superpowers, and just even I think it was like the imagery was so blatant. Like even in I forget if it was Superman 4 where he's flying and holding the flag and stuff, and it's like
A Quest
the
for
most
Peace.
yes. It's just the most American thing, and it really speaks to, I think, a lot of what we have. We're really optimistic as a country, really, or at least have been in the past. I don't know about, it's election season, but at least we've historically been really optimistic and thinking we can do whatever we want to do, and he kind of embodies all that stuff. So I'm going to go with Superman.
Yeah, and it really makes you think of like simpler times, like Leave It to Beaver and playing baseball, and everything was just super happy and awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, that Superman goes right along with that. And of course, now that we our country is a little more cynical, we get the killer Superman. It's all bleak and
Yeah.
snaps people's necks. Now the Captain America is the better version now.
Hey.
Yeah.
Oops, sorry.
Yeah. Hey, my list now.
All right. Moving along. The first on my list, I've got Saving Private Ryan.
Woo!
I went the historical route.
Mm.
Of course, this is just a great World War II movie, which is, the greatest generation. It's just a fantastic portrayal of everything that went on, and the whole story at the end, the old guy who goes to visit the grave of the man that saved his life in the war and everything, and he's got the American flag flying everywhere behind him. It's like, it doesn't really make you like happy. It's kind of like, man, the toll that that it took on these guys to win this thing, and it just made you thankful for their sacrifice, kind of thing. Mm-hmm. And I'll never forget seeing that movie. I saw it in the theater, and I think like a whole bus load of veterans went to see it as well.
Yeah.
And there was a long line outside this movie, and it was a lot of veterans. And my goodness, that was I'll never forget that, because afterwards they were just all hanging out, talking, and crying together, and it was just, man, that was powerful. I loved that experience, and so yeah, this is one of my go-to American films.
Great to watch on Memorial Day.
Oh yeah,
Independence Day, Labor Day, American Day, Christmas, Halloween.
Yeah. Any day of the year. Yeah,
Yes.
it's a great movie. Arguably the best portrayal of war that I've seen, anyways.
Yes.
So good.
And it's such a hard movie. It's such a great movie to watch, but it's also at the same time such a hard movie to watch.
Mm-hmm.
Like some of the most painful scenes to watch in cinema are from that.
Yeah.
It was just so crazy.
Mm-hmm. So that's my pick.
Good choice.
Thank you,
I like it.
Michael.
All right, my next movie, which you probably already know because it's been spoiled, but you know it was coming. I picked Captain America: The First Avenger.
Nice.
Yeah, I mean, when I first thought of it, I was like thinking, should I choose that one? Should I choose Winter Soldier or Civil War? Or even that obscure early 90s one.
Oh, you should have picked that one.
I should have picked that one. Yeah. That one is horrible. Oh my gosh. I remember as a kid seeing that movie and I was like, what in the world is wrong?
Is that the one where he had that he had the actual costume, right, with the little wings on his helmet or on his
Yeah.
Okay. I was thinking of the one where he had like a motorcycle helmet with wings painted on it.
Oh, yeah. I don't know about
I think that
one.
one's even earlier.
Oh, is that the 70s one?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's awful.
Yeah.
I think that one's even on YouTube.
Probably.
Yeah. Oh my god.
It's not worth a watch.
So anyway, I picked Captain America: The First Avenger just because it had a lot of World War II in it. That was fun, and it was just really fun. Like see the point of view, like the Captain America who's like dressing up in the outfit and doing like performances, and like selling war bonds for the OS show. So that was, I thought it was kind of fun. A lot of people say it's like the least favorite or the worst of the Avenger characters movies, but I thought it was pretty fun.
Yeah.
I definitely Winter Soldier and Civil War are both probably better. But I still like the first one. And for the 4th of July, it's so lighthearted and fun,
And you got to think about Steve Rogers in that movie. It's like he has like the American spirit, He's not a tough guy, but he's got all the spirit in the world, and that's of course that's why he's chosen to be Captain America. And same with the same feeling you get like watching Saving Private Ryan. This is the greatest generation. These guys were they're teenagers and they're sacrificing themselves for their country, and it's awesome.
You've got that 1940s innocence going on.
Yeah. Whoa, your audio went really bad all of a sudden.
That's Captain America. I mean,
it's America, Captain
America. Painfully obvious how American it is.
It's a good one.
Yeah.
All right, Ian.
All right, so number dose, I'm going to go with The Sandlot. So that movie all around, like, I think that has been one of my favorite movies for most of my life, just because it has everything America. It's got baseball.
Has it been your favorite forever?
Forever. Exactly. Any kid's summertime experience before the rise of the internet, probably you're going to find in that movie. I mean, there's camping, up in a treehouse. There's going to the pool together. There's, getting chased by dogs. I mean, it's got everything. Plus, one of the most American things of all when they're playing baseball underneath the fireworks, and then Ray Charles starts singing, and
Oh my goodness! Yeah,
I mean,
It's-
it's like
Pure,
that.
pure America. Pure America.
Yeah, I mean, like his version of singing that song. I mean, it's to the point where I have a yearly tradition with my brothers where we'll go to Busch Gardens and we'll watch the fireworks, not inside the park. We'll leave the park when the fireworks are about to happen, wait in the parking lot, and open the car door and play it really, really loud so we can act like we're in the Sandlot.
Nice.
Like
pretty cool.
it's to that level.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
Yeah, when we were thinking of this list, the Sandlot was probably like the, second or third movie I thought of, and I was like, that's, I mean, it's just everything about it is just like, and it's one of the best, like, for all ages, movies. Man, and the whole Wendy Testaburger scene, man.
Oh, Peppercorn.
Oh, Wendy. Yeah, I don't know what I just said.
we really like South Park on the Silver Screen Cynics podcast.
Oh,
Yeah. Definitely.
Boo, Wendy
different
Testaburger. Boo, Wendy Testaburger.
Ew.
That's awesome.
Oh, geez. Anyway, I agree. I concur with you, sir. Great
Do you
movie.
concur?
I concur.
It's a great movie. I recently watched it with my kids for the first time. They have never seen it, and it's a cool experience getting to show your kids that, because their growing up experience is completely different, but this just kind of captures the joy of boyhood from when we were younger.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I have it.
All right, my next one. Nothing really captures the American dream like this movie. This is the typical immigrant coming to America and just making a living and thriving. And that movie is The Godfather. Whoa!
Oh, Italian American.
That's right. Yes, we are a nation of immigrants. And
Yes.
hey, who's telling you can't become a mob boss? But
This is America. Of course you can.
But yeah, Godfather. I mean, it's just such a good movie. I just wanted to throw it down here. I don't really think of America too much. But you could say the same thing for like Scarface.
America.
I would probably.
Is there lots of guns and explosions? Then yes, America.
There
it
we
counts.
go. Yeah,
Yeah, that qualifies.
that's all I gotta say about that. Yeah, Godfather, great movie. Immigrant.
Moving on. Ian, what you got?
Oh,
All right.
Your turn, Mike.
Oh
isn't it?
yeah. It's your
It's
turn,
me?
Mike. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
jeez. Oh, all right. Keeping with the continuing with movies that aren't exactly like red, white, and blue, all over it, unless it's blood in the blue water, and that would be a white shark, a great white shark. I picked. Yes. My next movie is Jaws. Not because great white sharks are all American, which in a way they kind of are because of Jaws, but just because
they're the biggest and baddest. They're
American. They're American. Yeah. Jaws, the first blockbuster, which nothing is more American than a blockbuster. So and it's summer, and I'm pretty sure one of the scenes is probably 4th of July.
Yeah, it
It's-
is that first movie.
And you go to the beach on the 4th of July. So,
And it captures the time period, and
oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's such a groundbreaking movie that still holds up to this day,
oh yeah,
It's
I remember
so
I remember the first time I saw this, and I did not want to go anywhere near the water. This just horrified me.
Yeah.
Same like when I was a kid, like I used to live in Florida, and in the pool if when I would swim at night, there was like a light inside the pool, and if my legs were moving and like it cast shadows for some reason, I was like, oh, it's sharks! Oh no!
Get out!
Oh man, I remember seeing the movie for the first time and watching it, and I was at our house, and we were freaked out because when we were watching the movie, the house shook a little bit because there was like a yeah. I'm in New Mexico, one of the most landlocked, states in the country, and it, and it was just like my heart just started beating. I was like, wait, what? That like took me by surprise. It was like a military flyby or something, but it was just I always remember that. Just like, wait, there's no way a shark. Oh man, I was also like 5, so I mean.
Oh yeah, and
Yeah.
I remember this, as a kid, stuff with like extreme violence or very graphic images. It was like, like kind of alluring. You're like, oh, should I be watching that? And this movie had some of like the most graphic scenes. I was like,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, it was so like gross, but I was like, whoa, violence. It was crazy.
Yeah.
And that is that movie PG? Because I'm sure it was made before the PG-13.
I don't know.
I think it was.
Probably
yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Let's see. Yeah, PG.
Maybe it was, that's insane. I didn't think that was PG.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you imagine
Well,
that?
I mean,
Taking your kids now to see a PG movie and seeing like severed limbs and decapitated people and stuff.
I know. Well, I mean, Airplane was PG and it had bare boobies.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Man.
Yeah. They're like, we only have 2 ratings here.
Yeah, thank you, Steven Spielberg, for bringing
Boop.
in PG-13.
Boobs and no boobs. Blood apple. That's pretty much what it was.
Yeah.
Boobs or no boobs. Rated no.
Wait, well, PG had boobs though.
Oh yeah. Well, gratuitous.
There you go.
Rated.
Yes.
Rated PG for just little boobs. Anyway. This is not edifying, guys. All right. Anyway, but yeah, it was a terrifying PG movie. The scariest PG movie I've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Even more than Troll 2. I don't know, man.
Oh man, I want to watch. That's a great one. That's a classic. That should be on my list just
Yes.
because.
Yeah.
All right, Ian's up.
All right. So, number 3, I'm going with Back to the Future. And yeah, like everything in that movie, from the soundtrack. I mean, Huey Lewis. I mean, how much more 80s American can you get than that? You got like the skateboarding culture, the whole, teenage rebellion thing. I mean, teenage rebellion's been everywhere, but there was a very American flavor of that, and I think Marty McFly definitely did that. Plus, you've got ingenuity. I mean, Doc Brown's like inventing stuff in his garage. I mean, we see that today with like Google and like Apple and like that kind of stuff. Plus, like, they also in the third movie went to the Wild West, and there has never anywhere been a Wild West except in America. And so you got all your cowboys and all that stuff. And just, it not only was influenced by pop culture, it generated its own pop culture phenomenon on its own that people still reference today. I mean, there's still people riding around in their tricked out DeLoreans and
and
going to conventions with them.
People are still counting out all the days that were marked on the in the movie. Like, oh, he went to this time. And they still have like they just recently had Back to the Future Day where we're supposed to have like flying cars and all that, and
Man,
it didn't happen.
And to think that the Chicago Cubs almost went to the World Series the year that Back to the Future predicted.
That would've been
Oh,
awesome.
I know, yeah.
Oh man, no pressure or anything, but
Yeah.
come on,
Yes.
guys.
And speaking of things that almost happened, we have sort of hoverboards now. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
sure they have.
even though they're
real-
like totally not.
yeah, it's like they're just weird.
It's because they always test them over water, and they can't go over water. Come on, guys.
Yeah,
But
except for that whole like touching the ground thing.
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah,
So it's
it
basically a
was,
lazy skateboard.
what was so cool about the movies, you get you get your two timelines in the first movie. Anyways, you go back to the what was it, the 50s.
Yeah.
And that's just like what we were mentioning earlier, the Greatest Generation. You got everything's so happy, and when he first pops in and then they're singing Mr. Sandman, and you're just like, oh man, this is like pure Americana.
Oh, Mr. Sandman, yes, yes, give me a dream. Yeah.
It's awesome.
Oh man, so good.
Yep.
Yeah, great choice.
Agreed.
Cool. Well,
Oh, well, I am going to go way off the deep end, and I'm going to go pure monster truck with the giant American flag off the end, just singing Star Spangled Banner out of your giant megaphone. My last pick is Team America World Police.
woo!
America!
Yes.
I can't even sing any of the lyrics.
Too tempting. Come around to see the Mother Father Day, yeah. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, this is just the South Park episode, I guess. Yeah, Trey Parker, Matt Stone. This is their take on America, and I don't think I've ever laughed so hard at a movie than when I saw this in the theater. It's so over the top, and one of the best things about it is anytime they reference any other country, they show it how far away from America it is. So everything's like America-centric. It's like, here's Afghanistan, it's certain however many thousand miles from America. It's like, just they expect everyone to be in America watching this. And then
Oh, good.
And then, like,
now I know.
Like South America, 2,000 something miles from the real America.
It's so good, and yeah, their music's great, of course. And I love how they do all these different accents, but how Americans hear the accents. You got like your Middle Easterner, like darka darka, baka laka daka, and it's just so awful.
Yeah.
Just everything about that, and the fact that they blew up Michael Moore is just that's the best. That
Yeah.
doesn't get much more American than blowing up one of the most anti-American Americans out there.
Oh man, it is good. Yeah, it's so American, but yet so un-American in the sense of just like we do not take this all too seriously, you know. And of course, just like the South Park guys, they definitely don't hold back on anybody. Anybody is fair target, you know.
Yep.
It just so happens in this movie, all the targets are people that we, rip on all the time, like Michael Bay, like
Yep,
they
all Hollywood
not,
actors.
yeah, all the political liberal actors that their opinion matters, which it doesn't,
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Although I was glad to hear, I guess George Clooney in some interview said, like, he thought it was hilarious and, like, he totally would have been a voice actor and if they wanted him to, but they're, like, so anti-actor that they're like, no, we're just voicing everyone ourselves.
Yeah.
I'm sure some of them. Yeah.
Mickey.
Like that. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm sure a lot of those celebrities probably thought it was funny anyway. They probably were good sports. But
Not Sean Penn.
I would just not Sean Penn. You'd just be like, it's like I'm a jerk because I care.
What did you ever do for this country?
Yeah. And just all the things at the end of the movie and in the song, the extended theme song where it lists off all the American things like
Yeah.
McDonald's,
Yeah.
Walmart, yeah. And it's like sportsmanship, crickets, books.
Books.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, that's our list. That's our American movies.
Yeah. That's
Mark.
that's all the main. That's the main ones. We have a couple of honorable mentions.
Yeah, we're just gonna. These ones didn't make it for various reasons, and we're probably just gonna go through real quick and explain why we would have chosen them and why we didn't choose them, why they lost out.
Yeah.
And yeah, we can just toss them out there.
Yeah. The first one, probably the elephant in the room. Why we haven't talked about it? Independence Day.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one's a given. I think everyone thinks of that first when they think of Independence Day, and that saddens me because I despise the movie.
Although it did have the best presidential speech of all time.
Yeah, I still think it's cheesy.
Well, you gotta admit they are so like the marketing for this movie was brilliant. Like they were just like, we are going to claim dibs on Independence Day, and it's gonna come out on Independence Day, and we're gonna make all the money in the world.
That's right.
Not just in America, but in the world. And so anyway, so they were like dibs, like, oh crap.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
in his speech, he's like, "Yeah, today is not just our Independence Day. This is the world's Independence Day." So it's like, now it's like, guess what? Now the world has to celebrate us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you could insert any holiday. Just like it's like today we celebrate Arbor's Day. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Arbor's Day. Arbor's Day. Coming. Whatever day.
Yeah.
America.
Yeah. I mean, and they know we like explosions so much too that even the sequel is bombing. Oh.
Burn.
Oh, dad jokes.
Yeah.
Said by the one guy who doesn't have a kid.
I still haven't. I don't have any desire to see the new one, but I hear it's terrible. So
There we go. Yeah, none at all. Another honorable mention is probably, it should be on this list, but it does not qualify because it's not a movie. John Adams, the miniseries.
oh my goodness.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, we were so sad that we couldn't put this on there because it's a series, a miniseries. But
Yeah.
I think this is required viewing for any American. I mean, it is so good.
Yeah.
You can't help but just have the utmost respect for these guys that founded this country. It was so good.
Yeah. And shows,
Although I feel like the real John Adams probably looked closer to Jason Alexander, but oh well.
Yes.
I don't know, I can't. I don't know if I would have liked that version of John Adams.
Didn't Stannis Baratheon play Thomas Jefferson?
Did he?
I think he did.
Oh.
Yeah.
You might
To
be
the
right.
database.
Yeah, that's right. John Adams.
Yep. Woohoo! Stannis Baratheon was Thomas Jefferson. Mind blown.
Stephen Delane. There you go. Yeah, good job.
Oh man, I didn't even think of that till just now.
Yeah, that's awesome. Even more
Yes.
reason to like it. And he did a great Thomas Jefferson.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was very just kind of eccentric into himself and smart. A lot like Stannis Baratheon, you know.
Hey, maybe that's why they cast him.
Yeah.
Typecast.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
My son, my oldest son, loves history, and I really want to show it to him, but it's a little too dark.
Yeah.
It's a little heavy.
Yeah, I don't. I'll save that for when he's a teenager.
Yeah,
He'll love it though. I can't imagine anyone not loving this.
And shockingly enough, one of my favorite things about watching the show is the intro. The music, the theme song to
Yeah.
John Adams is so amazing. It gets me so like pumped, and I'm like, yeah, America.
Yeah, similarly, if like watching Band of Brothers, it's like got like the most American theme song.
Yeah,
It's it feels like you're just listening to America.
yeah. And another honorable mention, Band of Brothers.
There you go.
You know,
Yep.
which both miniseries were produced by Tom Hanks and Steven Spielberg, so
Yeah.
it's kind of the same shop. So
Mhm.
both amazing.
Yep.
Save Band of Brothers for Veterans Day marathon.
There you go.
So
Your next American holiday. Also, on my honorable mentions, I put Dances with Wolves.
Yes.
And there is a very specific reason why this got omitted, and that is by the end of the movie, I hated the Americans. So it was a good movie, good period piece. But yeah, it just seemed like the Americans were a bunch of d-bags in the movie.
yeah, just a bunch of a-holes.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's why that got booted.
They kill White Sox. Jerks. Do that. He's just a wolf. He's just a wolf. He has paws like a White Sox.
Tatonka. Also on my honorable mentions, I put The New World, and I took this off my list because it's Terrence Malick, and it's very kind of poetry heavy, and it's not so much a story about the Americas. It was more of just a love story, and so I booted it off.
Terrence Malick. My favorite.
I see her smiling in the wind. She looks away. Gone. Breath.
Scene.
Yeah.
Breath everywhere. Breath. Oh. That's
Yeah, that drove me crazy.
that's Terrence Malick for you. Just very odd poetry mixed in, and it's like
Oh, go ahead.
3 hours long. Ugh.
They actually filmed that movie near my friend's house, near Williamsburg, Virginia, and he actually snuck on set one time and stole one of the big iron nails that they used to build the set. So he has that like on his desk as like a paperweight, like reminder of, yeah, I snuck on set and stole that. Yeah, whatever.
Nice.
Good job.
What were we gonna say, Mike?
Oh, speaking of other patriotic movies, when he directed A Thin Red Line. Ugh. So Thin Red Line came out not long after Saving Private Ryan. I was like, yes, it's going to be Saving Private Ryan, but in the Pacific. And it was like, we swam by the beach and thought about our lives. And it was like, oh, this is so boring.
I remember. I'll never forget you and Doug Vance just having the biggest argument over The Thin Red Line.
He's like, such a good movie. I was like, no, it's not. Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah, Terrence
You love
Malick
that.
he's very polarizing. So many people regard him very highly as an auteur, and and a lot of times I'm just bored.
Yeah, he's a very boring director, in my opinion.
Yeah.
But I got high hopes for Knight of Cups. That's Knight with a K, so that's even more confusing of a name for a movie.
Knight
name's-
of Cups. That's
Yeah,
quite the title.
Wow.
I know. I have no idea. No idea. Yeah, it's his new movie coming out, or it's already out. I don't know.
Wow. Okay.
But yeah, Google it.
I'm doing it. I'm already on IMDb.
Yeah, you're like, it's Christian Bale.
Kate Blanchett. Oh, so it's not. I was expecting medieval.
No, it has nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A writer
is it, like
indulging in all that Los Angeles and Las Vegas has to offer undertakes a search for love and self via a series of adventures with 6 different women. The Night of Cups.
I kind of assumed it was some movie about beer pong or something.
Yeah.
They call me the Night of Cups. Watch, I can make this in one shot.
Yeah. So anyway, other honorable mentions we have. Yeah, I mean there was also Miracle was really good. I mean,
man, that's like
such
typical American spirit story.
yeah, based on a true story. It's there's nothing more American than having it based on a true story.
And there's
That's
nothing more American than beating the Ruskies.
Yeah, and then there's Rocky 4,
Oh, there
Rocky
you go again.
4. Yes.
Yep, America versus Russia.
Two
Soviet Union.
worlds collide, rival nations. Yeah.
And I put Forrest Gump because that kind of explores American history through his eyes, and that I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
And I also put Lincoln because that was the coolest portrayal of Lincoln I've ever heard. I always pictured Lincoln with the deep booming voice, 7 years ago, but I love Daniel Day-Lewis's portrayal. It just kind of turned everything on its head, and apparently, just from their research, he did have a higher voice, so that was interesting to hear. And of course, it's just Daniel Day-Lewis. He's amazing.
Yeah, I like how
Abraham Lincoln.
7 years ago.
his focusing on his political career and just leaving out all this stuff about when he was a vampire hunter. I felt like that was a good choice.
Yeah, that kind of made it more relatable. Any other honorable mentions? Is that it?
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of other movies too, but
Yeah,
maybe.
I mean, there's like Days of Thunder. That's about NASCAR, but I never saw it, so
That
It's-
movie.
It's like Top Gun on the ground.
yeah.
Which is lame.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
I feel the need for speeding in a circle.
I feel the need to turn left a lot.
Yep. Oh man. Yeah. So, what American movies do you guys like?
Yeah. That's all we got. So, yeah, it was fun thinking of this list because we've got July 4th coming up. Hopefully, I have this out before that. But yeah, that's it. I hope you all enjoyed the list. Thank you, Michael and Ian.
Yep.
Always a pleasure.
Yay! Happy 4th of July, everybody. Oh, beautiful, so spacious sky.
Yeah.
America.
America. All right.
Oh,
Thank you all for listening. Everybody have a good week. See you later.
later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.